Okay, so the next two questions I actually answered in the first video by accident. so, yeah, they were what is my favorite game and what is my least favorite game. I already talked about that. Actually, that makes me think about the music question. You know, when I turned the camera off, I thought of The Sims, and I think that has a lot of nice tracks. I think it has a lot of nice study music. So if you want music to like read to or anything, or if you just like beautiful, nice, relaxing tracks, I would suggest music from The Sims 1. I don't know about the other Sims games. The other Sims games, their music is okay, but it really can't compare to the first game. So if you can like ignore the goofy language that they threw in, because nothing is in English in those games except the text. But yeah, I really would recommend The Sims. Now, apart from that, there's two more questions. So, next question: what games have you not played that you'd really like to? Definitely Gex. I've never played any of the Gex games. I would love to. When I got older and I saw the rating for Gex, I actually kind of dismissed the idea of playing them because I figured I wouldn't be good at it. But because when I was a kid, I had no idea they were T-rated games, and I usually base things on I usually base difficulty on the ratings. But then I got older and played The Simpsons Hit and Run and The Simpsons Game, and both of those are two of the easiest games in the universe. So, and they're both T-rated. So I guess I really can't rely on ratings for difficulty alone, because they are incredibly easy. Hit and Run especially. The only thing hard about it are maybe the time trials. That's about it. But even they are easy. The races that they have in the levels, they're really really easy. So yeah, I guess the only hard part about that is not crashing into anything and making the hit and run meter go up. And if you've played that game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, definitely the Gex games. And Rayman. Rayman was another franchise that I wanted to get into when I was a kid. I, I did think about playing Rayman Origins, but I really want to try the original Rayman games. And I don't have the consoles for that, but eventually I do want to play that. And Kingdom Hearts 3, especially. I do want to get that. If I ever get a PS4, I don't want an Xbox One, but I think I would settle for that. Just to have that game. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I would like to play Tomba 2, but that doesn't really look as fun as the first game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, last question. If you were stranded on a desert island and only had a choice of one game, which would it be? First and foremost, playing a video game would be the last thing on my mind. Getting off that godforsaken island would be the main thing. But if I could only have one video game, actually, secondly, I really don't know how I'd be able to play it unless I was a super genius and managed to create a TV to play it on, or whatever. But let's see, I really don't know. I have a ton of favorites, and if I just had one game, it would definitely have to be a game that I would never get tired of. Probably a game I've loved for years. I love Spyro, but the thing about Spyro is that it can be extremely repetitive because the first Spyro game is, well, all of them really are the exact same thing. It's just in the second and third ones they implemented like missions and extra characters to play with. But yeah, overall, they can be kind of repetitive, and especially when you play it a billion times and know where everything is. So, yeah, I would probably get tired of it pretty soon. I also do want to say Kingdom Hearts, but mostly Kingdom Hearts because there's so much to do. It's an RPG where you can do basically anything with your character. But there's plenty of other favorites that I would go for, and it's really just one game that I can choose from. The Simpsons Hit and Run is a fun game. Toomba is a fun game. Pac-Man World, Ape Escape. I have so many favorites. Ratchet and Clank. That is one addictive game. So yeah, it's and I especially love the Disney-based games. So I probably would go with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2, mostly because it takes a lot more than the first game. I think the first game can be a bit more challenging than the second game in some areas. I mean, as far as there's actually a bit more platforming. Barely any, really, but there's platforming, maybe a bit more problem solving. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you don't really have to figure out where everything is all that much compared to the first one. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, they implement a lot more elements. The boss battles, well, I find this really frustrating. The boss battles are a lot lengthier than they should be, really. But since I'd be stranded somewhere and it would be the only game I have, maybe that would be a good thing because it would keep me busy. So yeah, even if not Kingdom Hearts, it would definitely be a game where there's a lot to do, something that I really can't get tired of. Sonic Unleashed has a lot to it. It's a platformer, but there's a lot of RPG elements you can throw in. You can level up with stuff you buy in the shops. You can talk to the townspeople, and sometimes they give you extra missions. So, I guess all I can really give is an example of what I would want and a description, but I really don't know if I can choose just one. So, yeah, I guess if I had no choice, I would probably go with Kingdom Hearts 2. If anything in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, it wouldn't be Chain of Memories. I mean, Chain of Memories is fun, but it's really just a frustrating, more annoying version of the first game because you're basically going through everything again, but with extra boss fights. So, yeah, well, it really is the true sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, but Chain of Memories is, while fun, the card mechanic is just really annoying. I know I said this already, but it is really annoying, so I guess I would just go with Kingdom Hearts 2. So, yeah. So, that's all the questions. I hope you enjoyed my Q&A session. So long.